You are now listening to the iWalter Show. Real talk about nothing.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird brain. It's a plane. It's iWalter. iWalter. Yes, it's iWalter, a strange visitor from another planet who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. iWalter, who can change the course of mighty rivers, bend ears with his annoying voice, and who disguised as Walter Interranti, mild-mannered janitor for a great metropolitan newspaper, fights a never-ending battle for truth, nonsense, and the American way. And now, another exciting episode in the adventures of iWalter.
Alrighty, good morning, everyone. This is Walter on iWalter this Wednesday morning on August 5th, 2015. I can't say it was another pleasant day at work. I wish I could. I'm actually at the point anymore, I think, honestly. I'm going to be one of these people that I'm just so disgusted with the people I work with, almost like this one article I read, that I'm almost making $70K a year, and I'm just ready to give it up and to say fuck it, because I can't deal with these idiots anymore, these people who just have nothing else better to do but besides drive you crazy and victimize themselves. And the reason I say that, though, is because my one friend that I work with, this woman that I used to work with, she actually not only had mentioned, which I mentioned before, that I work with a lot of assholes, she also mentioned these people successfully in the past have gotten other people fired. You know, like they seem to just prey on one person and then they get them fired. So, I mean, that is just ridiculous. You talk about being a minority. I'm a minority in this group here because, I mean, I have people that have had less time at that company that I have, the one I work for, this pharmaceutical company. And I've never seen people act like such idiots and assholes before. And they're literally putting their own jobs in jeopardy. I actually had my boss that I had on today. I got 4 different bosses. Tomorrow's going to be 2 other ones. And he actually said to me, he says, I don't know what we're going to do. He says, we're pretty much like we have nothing new coming being manufactured. We're not doing any work. It doesn't look like there's a bright future. He was actually worried about his job. So me, if the building I work in gets shut down, I can go to another building, and that's what I'm actually hoping for. I'm at the point now, every day I go in there, I'm just praying it's going to be the day they say, listen, we're closing down this building. You're all going to get laid off, but basically the way the layoffs would happen with me is I'll just take somebody else's job away from them. I hate to do it, but that'll be, and plus I'll be out of this building, and it's driving me insane because apparently nobody really likes the people in that building. It's just they are such backstabbers, and they are so hateful, so odious. It's not even funny. It was funny. My mother had mentioned, by the way, on a different note today. I don't have much news really. Actually, I did think of something. She mentioned she woke me up, said I didn't sleep well at all last night. I was up until 8 in the morning, and then I was tossing and turning, and then I tried to sleep till about almost the time I had to go to work today. And I've never been up that late before. I hope it's not going to be like that tonight. Anyway, she mentioned about, was it at the concert you went to? Apparently it was in New Jersey. It was this quote unquote this concert. And somebody shot and killed somebody in the parking lot. Now, I hate to mention about stereotypes, but this was at a hip-hop concert, so to speak. And I told my parents, I told friends, you will never, ever really see any of this stuff. You see fist fights, but you don't see this whole gangster thing going on at a rock concert or any of the concerts have gone to in the past. But you certainly see this, and it just seems like it's a stereotype that certain people make they, make it that way because that's just the way they really do live. It's not even just a misconception. It's not being racially pinpointing somebody or whatever, or just making fun of people. It's just the absolute truth. Anyway, I dug up this article off this website I've never used before, and it was called cliffviewpilot.com. And it's titled, 2 Injured on 1 Critical in Shooting Outside a PNC Bank Art Center Hip-Hop Concert. Now, I understood that 1 person got killed. This is stating that they did not. This was on August 3rd. So that was like basically 2 days ago. It was on Sunday. Anyway, it says New Jersey State Police PNC Bank Art Center arrest PNC Bank. Yeah, it just repeats itself after a shooting. Anyway, it says there was an update to that story. New Jersey State Police continued the search past sunrise for the gunman who shot 2 people, leaving one of them in critically wounded, critically wounded, outside the hip-hop concert in PNC Bank Art Center in Hobblandale. The shooting occurred around 11:30 p.m. in the parking lot number 4 after Forest Hill Drive tour concert, which featured J. Cole, Big Sean, and JG and Jeremiah, NJSP Sergeant Gregory Williams said. So, I understood somebody got killed, but this is stating that they did not. But you know what? This is 2 days old, so, you don't know. I don't know what the updates were on this story, because the bottom line is I've never had – that was the last thing I've ever worried about when I go to a concert. I might possibly get shot for going to it. And you know what, people? These people make certain people – I'm not directing it towards anyone, but certain people who are drawn to this type of concert are also following a certain pattern in their life. And it's not one you can always blame on me. This is pretty interesting. I might put this on my Facebook page. In fact, I'm just doing it right now. It's a caption with a picture, and it's on David N. Sawyer. He basically shared it. It says, ISIS places prisoners in cages to drown them, and you're still talking about a lion and a flag. You know what? That one's actually really good. That is absolutely true. That is just ridiculous. I mean, I know that that whole story with the lion, for one thing, it's just overdrawn. I mean, it was a reserve. Sorry about that. But it's just like, yeah, they do seem to focus on the wrong stuff, the press and the media. By the way, I also understand this Sunday, I think they're going to try to wean down the presidential people running on the Republican ticket. Right now, it's, I think, at 15 or 16. I think they're supposed to wean it down to about at least 10, which is going to have to obviously be weaned down from there. So that'll be interesting. Obviously, Trump will be one of them, amongst others. He's the only one that just kind of like popped in my mind right away, though. That was just pretty interesting. I watched it. I really enjoyed it tonight, actually, at work. I was on my break. I watched the official, finally got released, Deadpool trailer with Ryan Reynolds. It's definitely getting stamped as a solid rated R. I guess I read somewhere, not on the trailer, but you can kind of tell it's funny, but it's very adult, adulterated content. And in fact, the fact that it's very violent. They're not letting them take the easy way out on this film. And I'm kind of glad, because Ryan Reynolds has been fighting this for years of doing the part, and then he wanted it done right, correctly. So anyway, you can find the trailer almost anywhere. I don't even know where I got it, but you can find it most places. Also, it was pretty funny. If you go on the comicbookmovie.com, Ryan Reynolds was talking about, they did some like little skit with Deadpool and Conan O'Brien. But Ryan Reynolds appeared in the full costume at the skit. And it was really funny, actually, though. Yeah, I'd recommend checking that out, too. Wow. Sorry, it just caught my attention. Unfortunately, it's on one of the links I don't like, but showing on Huffington Post Lifestyle. It says only in August, but the fall flavor is here, and it's on Peeps. They're actually making a pumpkin spice Peep. God, those Peep things are just over. My mom likes them, but that's just too much. I'm just going to go through some stories I'm looking at because I really have no information other to talk about. So this is going to be like a 10-minute segment tonight. Anyway, and yeah, I am actually almost sick of complaining about work because obviously it doesn't get me anywhere, and I'm the one who's always the bad guy. Everybody else is victims because of me. Like if I would leave, which, hey, they might get their wish. I may just walk in someday and say, listen, I quit. You can deal and play your little games, and when that place gets shut down, you can find someone else to blame in the process. Yeah, there's this one. I'm just looking at the captions, but it looked pretty interesting. On Polygon, it's a website, actually. It was 10 hours ago. It says, Halo 5 Guardians get its own special Xbox One console and controller and an Astro Gaming headset to boost. Yeah, it looks pretty interesting. I don't know. It's just a way to make money for Microsoft. Story from CNET says, having trouble with your Windows 10 or other Microsoft products, how to get free help from Microsoft on Windows 10 and more. And that's on CNET.com. That was 17 hours ago. I really, I didn't like it at first. I haven't used it. I'm still just using my Apple laptop at work. But there's some uses that I can get out of the Windows one, too. On Windows 10, because I'm running on my Surface, my Microsoft Surface laptop. So, yeah, it's not a total waste. If I didn't have it, I would honestly not really need it either. But I really been getting a lot of use out of the Xbox, and it's not for gaming, believe it or not. It's just basically for an entertainment center. Funny story, I did do it for literally for shits and giggles. But I bought this movie for like $5. It was like £2 because I bought it from England on Amazon UK, and it was this movie that Michael Rooker did called Penhurst. So you can't buy it in the U.S. for some reason because the movie is just so freaking bad. But you can buy it overseas, and I did it again just for shits and giggles. It's just a really bad movie. It's actually beyond bad. Well, interesting. Looking at it's just interesting. I don't know, and yet I'm the one who has to be careful on what I look at or whatever because I'm under the microscope. Believe it or not, people don't believe me, but I really am. If you could just literally be a fly on the wall and see the crap I go through at work, you would be amazed. Anyway, it was on Daily Mail, and it says, Instagram marks World's Breastfeeding Week by banning a childbirth photographer via Daily Mail Australia. And the woman's got 2 babies, and one's feeding off of each breast. Childbirth photographer Instagram disabled Melissa Jean Wilmbram from Queens Island, Sunshine Coast, captures moments of breastfeeding and childbirth and shares it with her followers. But on Saturday, her Instagram account was disabled. Honestly, I don't really need to see that either. So, it is a little bit to say the least. Yeah, it's a bit inappropriate. I hate to tell her that, but maybe I can find something here. Somebody put it up. Tom, I can't say his last name. It's the guy who put it up, but it's actually from a different link. LA, what is it? Last.com. And it says, this horror film is so gross that 2 people fainted during the screening. So I'm going to find out what the name of the movie is, I hope. It says, while some of us like to torture ourselves with ridiculously gross films, there is a new horror movie that is so disgusting that 2 people apparently fainted during I might go back and have to read. Yeah, let me see, because it cut off at A. My neck is killing me. I got to talk about that, too. This horror film is so gross that 2 people failed during a screening. Okay, it was a screening. While some of us like to torture ourselves ridiculously with gross films, I know I've read that already, but I'm actually on the website. We're looking at a human centipede. There are new horror movies that are so disgusting that 2 people apparently fainted during a recent screening, and an ambulance was called. Horror flick Bite recently screened a Montreal's Fantasia International Film Festival, and let's just say it was an explosive premiere. In the projectile, vomiting sense, Bloody Disgusting writer John Bunnan reports that as part of the movie's marketing, the filmmaker handed out branded barf bags during the showing, but it turned out that people really needed them. That is pretty funny. I'm trying to get to the point. Bite. Official trailer. And that's pretty weird. I guess the name of the movie is Bite. So, I'd rather not read anymore. Yeah, actually it is. The name of the movie, it's capital B-I, it's all caps. B-I-T-E. The official Bite Barf Bag. World premiere, July 29th, it says on the barf bag itself. So you can find that on LAist. It literally is. It's like LAist. That's what it says, .com. So it's LAIST.com. You can find that article. I'm not sure if I linked that yet, but I will. I'm going to follow that one. So, yeah, folks, if you want to look at it, there's actually a trailer, too. I'm going to have to look at that later on. Make sure I do have that marked on my Facebook page. Let's see what some people said. The one guy who actually posted on his webpage, which I just borrowed it for, shared it from his, said, like Sinatra said, if you can make it in if you can make it in a liar, you'll make it anywhere. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. If you can make it into a lair, you can make it anywhere. I don't know what he means by that. And then somebody else put ha 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 ha, and another person said, good way to hype the film up, I guess. So, yeah, so I'm going to look at it later on, but it's called Bite, and it's official trailer 2015. So, excuse me about that, folks. I got to check that out. It was pretty funny. Sorry, I am very tired. I didn't get much sleep, obviously, yesterday. I had to go to work, and it was another nightmare night that everything is my fault. I know a friend had tried to correct me about that, but trust me, you'd have to be at that job to see what's really going on. Anyway, there is an article, and you can't find a direct one. I tried to link it on my page, and it wouldn't let me. But it's on that new upcoming Fantastic Four movie. I think this might be it because they kind of won't let you link it. Why, I don't know, but it says, first Fantastic Four critics' reviews are far from fantastic. Critics rip the film apart. So I don't think it's just going to be critics, by the way. I think it's going to be a lot more than that because They try to make it, for lack of a better word, they try to make it politically correct. They changed the history of this comic book. I know it's just a comic book, but still, the reason these comic book movies do so well is because they try to keep them remotely close to what the origins of the storyline was, the people who grew up with these. But now they're changing them for political reasons, whatever, and people are not buying it, and obviously not the critics as well. I'm trying to see if I want to read this. I'll just read the caption. It looks kind of neat. It's a picture of some weird-looking aircraft, and it's titled, Airbus claims its new jet design could take you from New York to London in 1 hour. Okay, you definitely caught my attention, Dan. Aircraft manufacturer Airbus just patented a hypersonic jet which could possess the ability to fly from New York City to London in just 1 hour. I would like that. I really would. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I will mention it now because I see it on Radio Times. But I actually bought my ticket. I'm taking off that day from work. It's going to be on a Tuesday of September, which is not far off, to see the last episodes of Doctor Who from last year on the big screen in 3D with the new Doctor Who. You know what? I already forgot the man's name. That's really bad. So I see him here, but I'm going to see if I can find his name. Peter Capaldi. Anyway, on the Radio Times, they had an article, which I will post if I haven't. Did you spot these clues in the new Doctor Who picture? Okay, there's some picture, and you're supposed to figure out what's going on. I'm a big Doctor Who fan, so I've been for years. I'm not much liking the new series that much, but I will stick with it. And it's nothing against Peter Capaldi, because he's actually really good. I just don't like the scripts that much. Yeah. You know what? Like I said, there's not much else to talk about. Now, that's pretty impressive. Again, I'm just kind of glancing through these articles. Workout for life. Lately, Sylvester Stallone has been in the news for showing off his new stomach while walking the streets of Los Angeles. We caught up with him to find out that how he was able to transform in such a short period of time, because, you know, as you get older, you obviously lose your, my one friend says it correctly, obviously I'm not going to do it, elasticity, like your body just kinds of go to mush as you get older. But they're showing a picture, and he's like in really good shape, Sylvester Stallone, and that man's got to be. He's gotten hurt before. He's got to be like, what is, you know, I got to look that one up, because this really is impressive. I mean, I'm always about self-conscious about the way I look, so that's why. Let me look. Even though I can't spell his name. Alrighty, let's see how old Sylvester Stallone is. He was born July 6, 1946. He's actually 69. He's pushing 70, and he is 5'10". But yeah, they show these pictures on Facebook. It's actually from Movie Stars, I guess. It's probably moviestars.com. But he looks really good. He looks like he's like a young guy again, practically. So, that's amazing. No, actually, it's called Men's Health Online Review.com. Yeah, so it's on Men's Health Review.com. So it looks like a Photoshop picture, but they got actually other pictures that is really Stallone, and he does look really good. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a gimmick, but it really looks like him. He finally breaks his silence. This is Sylvester Stallone on how he was able to transform in such a short amount of time It's incredible how movie stars are the only ones with access to this stuff. Well, I'm sure the man works out because he does all those action movies still. So it might be just a gimmick. It might be, but it looks like him. Could be possibly a gimmick just for try to sell vitamins. Who knows? There's a story. Honestly, I can't really say much about it, but it was on The Walking Dead. They said season 6 will be different from every other one. Well, I haven't even watched them, so I can't really say. That was actually on Cinema Blend. You know what I wanted to say also? Oh, God, I missed this. I'm going to have to read this in a minute. But it really pisses me off, actually. That Rush Limbaugh actually was on his 27th year as of this Saturday. And he kind of celebrated it Friday and Monday. So, for 27 years of being on the radio. It's kind of interesting. What was the thing that got me mad, though? It was on Kevin Smith. It says Mallrats Apapalooza will in Williamsburg. 200K people came out to see a 20-year-old bomb. Thank you. So that was 7 hours ago. Yeah, it looked like Apapalooza, whatever that means. This is the one time I actually missed Kevin Smith on something. Yeah, come celebrate the 20th anniversary of Mallrats with the outdoor screening and Q&A with Kevin Smith. Free and open to the public for all ages. Food and drinks available for purchase. That was on Tuesday, August 4th. That was yesterday. God, if I knew that, I would have probably just even taken off for that. I normally keep up with Kevin Smith, but obviously I did not this time. That's pretty impressive. 2,000 people showed up because I didn't even know about it. So, I honestly, I'm just looking out for excuses to get out of work anyway. At this point, I can't stand my job. Anyway, yes, I'm just kind of dragging right now. Some interesting stories. Not great, but interesting stories. And I'm going to read those real quick. I might even just cut this short because of that. You know, it was funny tonight. I actually bought, folks. I had to get those movies. I liked the first one. I Know What You Did Last Summer. The second one was horrible. I mean, it was beyond horrible. It was like they made a sequel out of like whatever they could figure out how to put it together. It was just god-awful bad. Like, they got some of the actors, even the villain, to come back. The actor who played the villain. But it was like comparing apples and oranges. It was just so freaking bad. Anyway, it was this article I saw. I'm not going to, like, open it up, but it's on my Facebook. And it says, Daily Mail, what the hell is this thing? And it shows a picture of something that looks kind of like a snake, but it's not quite because it's all like pruned and shriveled up. And it says 5-foot-long creature with rows of jagged teeth washes up the shore of northern England. It says with razor-sharp teeth and a mammoth body measuring 5 feet in length, this mystery lake monster could be the unknown ancient creature from the depths. So, I don't know. It kind of looks like a snake with a big freaking head. There was something on break.com also. I'm going to have to post that on my Facebook page because it's kind of entertaining. But it's titled, and you thought that you were tweaking because of the bean. Oh, yeah, tweaking because of the beans. It was actually out of a Taco Bell. Meth lab found inside a Taco Bell. Those responsible are going to run to for the border because it was at a Taco Bell. Get the joke. Run for the border or something. I think they say on Taco Bell as their slogan. Do you ever wonder who eats at Taco Bell. Well, I love Taco Bell. I haven't eaten there lately. Now it's going to make me hungry for that. Their food looks like a multi-billion-dollar dare to see exactly what humans will pay to eat. Maybe the rise of a meth might have something to do with it. At least that's more plausible explanation, since police recently found the remains of a meth lab in a Taco Bell restaurant. Well, that is kind of scary, honestly, because I do like Taco Bell. My one friend, Matt, he got me into Taco Bell. I don't know if he remembers this, but he took me through there one time. He says, yeah, you want to eat something that kind of fills you up and it's really cheap? This was years ago when we were, still in college. And he took me through the Taco Bell in Norristown. I was like, yeah, that's actually really good, because I never really thought I would like tacos. And it was because of my one friend, Matt, I actually got into tacos. But now I'm reading that this one Taco Bell, I don't know where it was. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where it was located. Cedar Rapids, Iowa. There was a meth lab inside the Taco Bell. So, yeah, you can find that on break.com, that story. I'm not going to read any more. Kind of disappoints me, actually, though, because I really like Taco Bell, so it's just kind of a shame. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I might want to mention. I know I should probably do a better, but you know what? When I get home, I'm tired. I get up late because I'm up too late doing this show, so to speak, or my podcast. So really can't win. And then when I do go on air, it's just like, again, I'm just so exhausted. So I'm just doing the once over. Yeah, this is an interesting story. I might even have to read this. Anyway, it says on the Daily Mail, men who have casual sex produce better sperm. I don't have any sex, so my sperm must be incredible. Men who have casual sex produce better sperm again. Scientists at the College of Worcester in Ohio found the quality and structure and movement of a man's sperm improve when he is stimulated by a new female. Well, I don't know any females that actually want to even be associated with me, so that's not going to work for me. So in some ways, I have no worries. The Times Herald, there was a story. It looks kind of interesting. Hess gas station in Montgomery County converted into a speedway. So this is for my neck of the woods, I guess. As folks around here have been learning in the last few months, Speedway is the name of the latest gasoline station to pop up in the area. And that was in Upper Marion. You may remember Speedway as a 1968 movie that paired a comeback energized Elvis Presley with then red-hot Nancy Sinatra. I'm not going to read any more, but you're safe. But you can find that actually on my local newspaper of the Times Herald. This is pretty funny. I'm not going to even post these stories on my webpage. I don't find it necessary. But if you want to read them, Daily Mail, it's happening. The Minions are taking over, and it's an oversized Minion, with the Minion from the Minions movie. Looked like it got deflated on the middle of an intersection. So there's pictures on the Daily Mail. Giant Minion causes chaos on the roads in Ireland. A 40-foot inflatable minion has caused traffic chaos after breaking loose from a fair and blocking traffic on a busy road. Cinema Blend has something if you're interested. The actor has just been cast as Hawkman. I guess it's another comic book thing. Do you think he fits? He's a fit for to bring to DC Comics the character life of Hawkman. Okay. That's on Cinema Blend, by the way. As the upcoming super spin-off Legends of Tomorrow get closer to making its way to our eyeballs, we're finding out that there are more about finding out more about many characters that will populate its shared universe. We know now. Well, we know who will be done as Hawkman, giant pair of wings for the CW's trio of superhero shows. Well, there is The Flash and there is Green Arrow so far, at least on CW, so I wonder who this guy is. They have a picture of him. It says viewers can look forward to seeing German actor Falk Hetschel as the reincarnated Egyptian prince. Yeah, I'm not even familiar with this guy. But yeah, it looks like they're going to do a thing on Hawkman now. I don't really, honestly, I don't know. I never read the superhero comic books. So I only read Richie Rich and Casper the Ghost and the simple ones. By the way, since my neck is bothering me, it's trying to kind of tell me something too. But I was at work tonight. I'm like cleaning, and it just shows you why I'm so pissed off at my job. There was these technicians in the room, and I'm like trying to clean and help, take their trash out and everything. They keep on piling up, and there was this pipe that fell in the back of my spine, and like afterwards, I had a hard time breathing almost, and they just looked like nothing happened. They could care less that I had got hit in the back with a pipe that fell off a wall. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot, that would be a big freaking deal. But the fact that it happened to me, and you're talking about a company that makes medicine for people again, and that is the way they treat you. Like, they don't really could care two shits about you. Like, you're nobody compared to them. And unless you're part of their clique, they really don't even want to bother. You could fall over dead and they would care. They could care less. So I'd love to give the name of that pharmaceutical company just to let people know. I would probably boycott all their products because, trust me, if you know the stuff I see behind the closed doors that make these products, you would never want to buy them again. I'll tell you that much. Just because these people are so self-centered and egotistical, they really think the whole universe revolves around them individually, that it's just... it's really pathetic. And the fact that I got permanent scars on my body from that job that could have been easily avoided, but of course it's my fault. It's nobody else. It's an issue I should have been able to avoid. That's what kind of place I work at. And that's another thing, that if you do get hurt, they will definitely try to find a way, the company, to blame you and get you removed from the company because they don't want to deal with people who get hurt. And I wish I was just like over exaggerating, but unfortunately, you know what? I'm actually not. So that's that. Oh wow, sorry about that. I just noticed this, and unfortunately, I missed the last season. But it looks like Netflix might be continuing Hemlock Grove. I could be wrong because honestly, I did not watch the second season. I watched the first and it was really good, but I never bothered to watch the second. But you know what? It is getting really late. It is 4:30, so I'm cutting my ties right now. And sorry, the show probably was not that interesting tonight. I tried, but didn't really have too much success. So everyone, have a good night. I will be signing off and try to think of something a little bit more original by tomorrow, or maybe just take a break. Who knows? But for now, I'm definitely going to sign off. Have a good morning on Wednesday, August 5th, 2015. Thanks, folks, for listening if you are. Bye.